Hello, hello. I'm really excited because Jennifer and I have been having conversations, and one of the things that came up is self image. And so we thought it was really good for us to kind of talk about and have this conversation and maybe help anybody who may be struggling with body image or struggling, with not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough. So, Jennifer, would you like to, maybe say some opening words before we get started?
Sure. Yeah. So this topic is extremely near and dear to my heart, and I'm actually holding my little tiny baby girl right here. And so it's so important to me because I battled so badly with image disorder, so much body image disorder, exercise bulimia, so many things in my past. And so that's why I love this topic, is because I don't have those battles anymore. And I know that if God did it in me, a testimony is do it again, God. So he can do it in anybody. And I do passionately believe in being healthy and in fitness. And I love all of that. But about health, not about what I look like on the outside. It's about how I feel on the inside. And to feel confident in your clothes is a great thing. But when it's not about that and you can just be comfortable in who you are, there's so much peace in that. And so this topic is just huge on my heart because I see people battle it all the time. I know I'm not the only one that's gone through it. And so I think it's good to just bring light into a situation that there can be complete healing from.
Right, absolutely. And you're right. I have battled with just the body image thing. And not that I was big, it's just trying to look a certain way. And so I've battled that, which caused low confidence and not really feeling good about yourself. And I think it all goes down to really feeling healthy and being whole. So thank you so much for being vulnerable to share. And I just think it's a really great topic. So tell me, what is it? How did you get to the place where you said enough? I can't do this anymore and I need a change.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I used to like work out 3 hours a day. I would like binge eat and then feel like I had to go work out 3 hours a day, having like just a constant obsession with food. I thought of food and exercise 24/7. And even when I would go on vacation, like let's say we went on a trip somewhere, if I couldn't find a place to work out or do something physically, my anxiety would go way up because I was like so concerned about what my body image looked like, how I was going to feel or look. And it was just took over me, like in just an unhealthy way. Like exercise and being healthy is something that's so important, but when it's taking over you, it's not good. And so
Yes.
finding that balance and that middle ground in it. But I think that's where I came to the place where I can't live like this anymore. I can't allow exercise or food and addiction to control me. And I have a type of personality that I'm either all in or not. And so for me, that was something that I controlled. And so I kind of really was obsessed over it into an unhealthy manner. And I just remember very vividly, like, I can't constantly live like this. I don't want to live like this. And so that started my journey to get healing from it. And it was not overnight. So anybody that is battling this and think that tomorrow it would go better, I pray that it does, and it could, and that would be amazing. But it was contending for me to actually overcome that.
Awesome, awesome. So, speaking of healing, and for the person who is looking to be healed and to kind of move away from that, what would you suggest to be the first step in receiving healing in that area?
Help. Be open, be honest. Don't try to do it on your own, and don't try to pretend something that's not. So I think that the key to freedom in a lot of things is acknowledging that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because I always used to kind of shove it under a rug, like, I don't have a problem. It's healthy. It's good. Exercise is good. It doesn't matter that I'm obsessed and have to do it 3 hours a day. Like, I didn't see the problem for a really long time. So I think that's the first step, is to recognize that, hey, this may actually be an issue. I may not just be about health. I might be so ingrained in just what I look like physically and forget the bigger picture behind it. So I think that's first. And then asking for help. asking for people to come alongside you to bring healing to that. So for me, it was a whole lot of prayer, a whole lot of time talking with Jesus and saying, Lord, I know you didn't create me for this. So Lord, I ask you just to remove this burden from me, Lord, that I can be whole and complete and think and see myself the way that you see me. And it was a contending for that prayer day after day after day after day after day until it finally left me. But then also I feel like God uses people. He uses people to speak life into you, or resources to speak life into you, to be able to give you the tools that you need for that freedom. So whether it is to get to a healthy place, like there's a battle in that, whether it is to have a healthy relationship with food and exercise and your body and your self-esteem. I mean, there's so many levels that this all comes from. So everybody's battle is going to look a little bit different. But there's, I think, yeah, that's the biggest thing, is recognizing that you want to seek a change, whether it's to get healthier. Maybe you hate exercise or eating right, and that's something that you need, or maybe you're obsessed with it. There can be anywhere in between. But recognizing where you're at and then seeking the solution of either people coming alongside you. Prayer is honestly the thing that I feel like really set me free, along with the resources, and just continuing to just know that I'm not going to give up until I reach that freedom.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it. And so we were talking, and one of the things I want to touch on really quickly, and then, we don't want to hold them too long. One of the things that I would like to touch on is the big and small issue. What would you say about being big or being small? And how do you find a happy medium where you're just happy with who you are, although you're in a stage of maybe transforming to one place, or
Mhm.
from one place to another? Would you be able to kind of touch on that?
Yeah, I would say size is not important. Health is. So it's a perspective of, do I want to lose weight or do I want to gain health? Do I want to gain longevity? Do I want to feel my best and live my life full of purpose and meaning? And if that's the case, then we will want to eat foods that are nutritious for our bodies. We will want to be physically active because we want to take care of ourselves. So whether you're 80 pounds or 500 pounds, it doesn't matter. It matters that you're pursuing health and well-being. And ultimately, if you're pursuing that, then you're going to get into a place where your body is healthy. And then you can see yourself and have confidence and energy and be able to live the life you're created for. So it's not about the number on the scale at all. It's about how you're feeling inside. And when you wake up in the morning, do you feel tired and sluggish and like you're just surviving the day? Or you're like, yay, I get to have energy and feel good. And for me, especially having this little 2.5-week old and then 3 other kiddos, like I want to live a life that I have the energy to keep up with them and then to serve the way God's calling me to serve. And if I don't take care of me, I will not be able to do that effectively. So it's not about what I look like on the outside, but it's about living my life so that way I can do the energy and have the purpose to be able to fulfill the plans that God has already instilled in my life.
That is absolutely beautiful, beautiful, because I know many people start their journey and it's really about a number. It's about, I want to be skinny, I want to be small. I've been through that phase as well. And for me, I even have to kind of bounce back and forth because I can find myself being concerned about the scale a lot more than I should. And I have to remember that this is not about that. And, I'm pursuing health more than I'm pursuing the number. So if you are in that place where you're looking at the number and you're feeling discouraged and frustrated, really remind yourself of why this is important way beyond the number. So Jennifer, you did a beautiful job just kind of sharing your story and helping people. So any last words you'd like to add to what it is that when it comes to self-image or anything?
Yeah. I mean, I would just say you're worth it. I would say that you are valuable, that you are loved, that you have meaning and purpose in your life. And it's not about what you look like on the outside. It's about who you are in the inside. I do just find though, when you feel good in the inside, when you are taking care of yourself, you're able to portray that in such a greater way when you're taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of the things that are gifted to you. So that way you can give from overflow. Because I'll be honest, when I had little baby Micah here, I was eating the desserts they were bringing me in the office or the hospital. I was eating the desserts people brought me, and I could feel it. And so there is such a difference when you're fueling for, that comfort of whatever, or if you're eating for health. And so my encouragement is to dig deeper, not just surfacely. Like, it's okay if it starts with you want to lose a little weight for a number. If, like, most times it starts there, and that's
Yes.
okay. Or that you want to have breakthrough, that's not your battle anymore. Wherever you're starting, we all start somewhere. So that's cool. But it's growing into, okay, this is so much more. It's about health. It's about feeling my best. It's about growing into, having the energy and just the mental clarity to be able to feel good so that I can, do the things that I'm meant to do and not just feel like you're struggling and surviving through the motions every day. So we can get into that trap pretty quickly. And so just to be able to have that healing, I think we can keep giving some tips on ways to do that too, girl, because I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and it's okay to actually have a conversation about.
Absolutely. And I can see us actually going into a part 2 of this self-image thing. So stay tuned, guys. We'll probably do a part 2 to this, because this is really good. Thank you all for joining us. If you feel like you know someone that needs this encouragement, please feel free to share this video and let them know that there's help. And if you need help, please reach out for help. There are many people that God has placed in this world to be able to guide you to freedom, guide you to health. I mean, honestly, I struggled. As you heard Jennifer, she struggled. So don't feel alone. Don't feel embarrassed. This is something that we all need to talk about, and we need to deal with it, because the only way you get better is if you face it, right? So thank you all for joining, and we will chat with you all later.
Bye.
Bye.